Greetings, this is Gilles. I have to reshoot this video because I did a first take, but the sound was absolutely horrible. I'm not really sure why. So I thought I'd discuss a few ideas. First, I'm going to pull out a few cards from the Tarot of Casanova. So it was a classical tarot, but it's a bit erotical romantic. And so to look at what for this month, the possibilities, it's more positive than the first one. So actually, this is it's a good omen. For the situation is nothing short of the stars. Here we have the stars. It is the dreams that are becoming a reality. Like the universe is about to manifest all kinds of things for us. So be focused on what is really wanted. You already know what you want. Let's just be in a receptive mode to be able to receive it gracefully and prepare yourself as much as possible for those things you've been asking for. Follow your star, follow your vision, follow your heart. What goes around this situation is the freedom from fear. It's called here the Knave of Wand, and so it is about being able to realize that those things that used to make us afraid in the past no longer make us afraid. It is like dancing in the fire, pulling the tiger of fear by the tail. And so to understand, we have been there may be other fear that we need to face in the future, but right now we see that we have overcome all kinds of old fears. What we see before us in our conscious mind that will unfold before us is the Chariot. The Chariot is public success. It's a recognition. It's doors opening to the world. It is moving forward. It is really being in the ascension process, in the coming into this world. The doors of the worlds are about to open. So we want to be sitting on the leading edge and to be receptive and ready to pass through the door. In the subconscious, the distant past is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is really about blossoming light, to see the light and to be able to move into love and light. For the only thing that is true is the love of God, and the love and light are the only thing that are true. Everything that happens in the world of form is just a support. It is just a stage that we in order to cultivate that love and light. Where we are now is another staff, is another knight. Is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is moving very slowly but very surely. Nothing can stop him. He's growing, evolving, serenely, peacefully. And what is coming in the near future is a true card of abundance. It's a true card is the Empress. And the Empress is really the card of plenty. It is the Mother Earth. It is all the treasures of the earth are given. It's a card that tells us not to get lost in any details because there is so much more that is about to be revealed. Our strength within the situation is the Lovers, is the path of choice, is the path of love, of romance, for romance is when we fell in love, it is something mysterious. We don't know why we fell in love, but it's one of the greatest experience in the human field of reality when it's reciprocated. Otherwise, it's a karmic lesson that we have to learn. But when it's reciprocated, the sharing of love is something, and we cannot create it. We cannot decide. We'll see a lot of people going into the internet and look at the characteristic of someone and say, well, I'm going to fall in love with this person, and this person has to fall in love with me. But to me, it doesn't really work like that. You cannot go shopping for love. It's just a line, and when it's time, it happens. But we have this power. It is our strength, our power to be the lover, to develop, to cultivate this sensuality, this sexuality, and the desire to find a true match in order to share without possession or desire to control the future. It's only about the present experience. And so what comes to run from the outside world is the devil, it's the ego, it's the forces of darkness, it's the conditioning through the body of desires. We are still being controlled, so we want to free ourselves from the lower passion. It is important to fall in love with the wrong thing, like power, like money, like sex without love, like greed, and those things become obsession. They become addiction. When we fell in love with righteous love, we can it's a superior passion, it's acceptation, it is love, it is sexual exchange with respect and understanding, it is creativity, it is serenity, it is freedom, it is presence, it is detachment, it's about acceptation. So all of that is happening, so we can liberate all those dark forces, all those those lower energies. We need to transmute all those energies. What we have in our hopes and fears, our inner emotion, is the greatest fears that are being released. This is the card of ruin, the Ten of Swords, and so it's very much the end of the cycle. We're saying goodbye to the old. It is really the end of the end. And so I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. For it is the end of the end of the end, and so. So we're pulling out from the stage, and the way to do that is cut free from the strings. It is another night, for we have 3 nights and one staff. And it is a kind of intuition once again. So it is powerful intuition. It is about cutting free from the lowest, from the little self that we used to become this and that, changing from one little self to become one greater self that's fully free from all the old limitation. And the outcome is going to be very direct communication. It's the Knight of Wands, it's strength, it is direct communication, it is a motion forward that will be very quick, so very sudden. So let us be ready to embrace that. Well, I hope during this month, and it is the time with those eclipses, to liberate all those old fear, those old small self, to move into this higher frequency of our beings, for it is given. And that is all about understanding also what is our life contract. Before we came into incarnation, we designed a life contract where most things were written down on pencil, and then as we live it, we go through the actual writing, and then it goes into the book of the past. But so if you do not know your life mission, just meditate on it, ask for it to be revealed. For personally, I'm seeking to embrace the light of God. For this light of God, this life of God is something miraculous. It is immortal. It is transcendental. It is eternal. It is unbreakable. It is without any shadows. And so the life we live on the earth, we're all part of this life of God. We can never be separated from it, but because of our illusions of our mind, we have created this separation, and we want to retrieve this higher frequency of our soul and spirit in order to become that, to be filled with light. And then we all have different mission to incarnate. We can incarnate in different stage and time and space to fulfill certain experiences within this field. For we always need to be moving forward. There is no choice. Even if we get elevated, we will be able to, or in the door opening, there's a fulfillment of a goal or whatever. We find a time where we can actually enjoy and rest and enjoy the success. But eventually we always have to move forward, and the life is always going forward. We always have to strive for perfection, even if we do not achieve it, for only God is infinitely perfect. When we stick to a line, we will always be led to a path where we are able to perfect step by step. But do not be disappointed if you do not achieve perception. You have to perfection. You have to persevere within the process. Not that we have really a choice. Once we follow the inner guidance, we'll follow that inner guidance wherever it leads us. I also wanted to say that the Egyptian gods are going to soon return, those great beings from heaven, from Andromeda, that came through Lyra, and they were cosmic beings, the benevolent being that came into Egypt after the fall of Atlantis to guide humanity into the lessons in Egypt through the knowledge and teachings of eternal life. For they were, and they're going to bring great technologies that they had with them. They built the pyramid with them. They built all those amazing temples, and there's all kinds of wisdom that will be we're going to retrieve from this era of, and so there is many of them that are already interacting through channel, like Horus, like Thoth, like Thoth, Jahouti, Hermes, like Ra, like Sekhmet, like Mat, Anubis. All those great beings are here in assistance to humanity. They are gods to us, but in essence they're all serving the Great One. Huh? And for the form is unreal, I already mentioned that, only the love of God and the light, the true light of who we are, the light of the soul is real. For it is important to anchor this habits of going inside and to cultivate this, to nourish ourselves from the inner light. And for that, we need to produce a certain effort for 21 days. After 21 days, everything is anchored to go back to the inside. For the soul, we want to retrieve our soul connection. And the soul is neither masculine nor feminine. It is eternal beings like God who created in the eternal light of God. And so, but it takes on physical, when it takes on even spiritual manifestation of positive or negative, masculine or feminine. But it is for convenience, it is for practicality, it is by preference also. Even the ascended master are either masculine or feminine, but the true essence of our soul, they know they are beyond polarity, just as the angels are. And so also understanding that the children, we have to nourish and cultivate and protect the children to let them develop their own inner self, for they are far more receptive to the dimensions of the higher planes. Their imagination is far more active, and so they are able they are not formatted, they have an open mind, and so they are able to recreate their reality each and every day. So we want to be like children, to be able to recreate our reality each and every day, and to learn enough so that we can make all kinds of things happen by this ability. For the soul, there is only one great universal soul. It's a memory seed. When the experience of life happened, the timelines were created, the soul became, and the soul is the most powerful force in the universe. The soul is divided into groups, and then the groups are divided into subgroup, and then subgroup, and then subgroups, and then subgroups, and subgroups. For there is like the animal soul, the vegetal soul, the human soul, the family soul, the individual soul, the spiritual family, the monad. So it's all about everything is interchangeable, but for even though our past life do not belong to us, for we live in the present and we are here now. We are who we are here now. We can it's all interchangeable. We can draw on wisdom from all kinds of other experiences and incarnations. And when it comes to us, it means there is something to integrate in relationship to any past life. For this will come more and more. For the soul seeks the unity with source. When the ego seeks to dominate through the mind. So it's about allowing the intuition to be far more developed. For there's many people that come to say, well, I'm moving to enlightenment now, and I will never return into these physical planes. But they do not know. We cannot know. It's just the ego that's talking when we do that. It's because it's difficult here, or we feel like but there may be more to experience. We'll only know once we achieve the full ascension, then at which point there is no past, no future. Everything will be one and understood. There will be no more need for growth on that level, and so we'll know all things, and then we'll decide whether we want to come back to this world, another world, or someone on higher planes, or do ascended earth. But or until we die, then we'll know whether we will want to come back. Most people say they don't want to come back, and as soon as they complete their transition, they say, well, I want a ticket to come back, a ticket to ride. And so it is so do not just keep things open, enjoy the present, enjoy the now, and create your future. Let go of the past as much as possible. For we are the guardians of the planets, we are the guardians of the galaxy. We'll eventually evolve into greater beings, and we'll be able to have far more consciousness in relationship to this great galaxy that we are inhabiting. And so it is important to focus on positive passion. Now I've already discussed that, then positive superior passion, because right now we are very much slave of technology. We are slave of machines. We are slaves of the government. We are slave of the financial systems through their debts and imposition. We are slaves of our desires. We are slave of our ego. So it's about being free from all those systems of conditioning in order to find this opening that will find its true gratitude, and will find this full creative flow, and will be free from the limitation that have been letting go of those limitations. And to finish, I wanted to share a process that the Archangel Michael was sharing with us. I think it was the Archangel Michael. It's an invocation. It says, I choose. I choose unconditional love over fear. I choose self-trust over self-judgment. I choose compassion over judgment. I choose abundance over lack. I choose the present over the past and the future. I choose freedom over limitation. I choose my soul self over my ego self. I choose expansion over limitation. I choose vision over delusion. I choose vision over ignorance. I choose divinity and oneness over division. Listen to what life is saying always. So it is important to understand the process of creation is created within every moment of now, although that's sometimes we want to project ourselves into, it's okay to project a little bit into the future, to feel how it feels, and then come back into the present, to be in receptive mode. So I sing a song to finish. The paintings behind me is a portrait of Mondrian. He's a great artist, a modern artist. It's part of a series of my favorite artist in modern art. And here is a tree of life. It's called Tree of Life number 1. It's a tree of wisdom. Once we are a light body will be ignited, we'll be able to travel throughout the whole so it says crystal earth, our sun, the etheric father sun, the etheric mother sun, the midway stations, the Pleiades with Antares and Arcturus. Then there is Sirius, which is a gateway to the galactic center with the Omega Father galaxy and the Alpha Mother galaxy, and then the Omni galactic source above. It's the most evolved of those paintings. Maybe I'll make some bigger ones in the future. I made a few on paper as well. I sing this song. It's a French song originally with English words, because the English version was a bit more positive. It's kind of a romantic song. It was from music from Jacques Brel, and the words are from Rod McCue, it's called If You Go Away. If you go away on this summer day, then you might as well take the sun away. All the birds that flew in the summer sky, when our love was new and our hearts were high, and the day was young and the nights were long, and the moon stood still for the nightbird's song. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and fly with the wind. But if you go away when I love you so, there'll be nothing left in this world, you know, just an empty room full of empty space, like the empty look I see on your face. If you go away, if you go away, if you go away. But if you stay, I'll make you a day like no day has been or will be again. We'll sail the sun, we'll ride on the rain, we'll talk to the trees and fly with the wind. But if you go away, if you go away, please don't go away. Please don't go away. Stay here. Stay in the heart always. So I'm going to pull a few cards with the Akash to see what the final reading for this for the memories is for the highest wisdom is community life. For life is we came here to be part of the global community. For it is a time of unification among all people. We are only one planet, one tribe. There is many tribes, but we have to be able to integrate, to unify, to create synergy, to understand that everybody has to work together to make this planet work, and this is really what will be coming, and to integrate within the community, to serve our community in the best way we can. And for everybody has a function to make society function, so respect every work of everybody else as well. What we need to understand is the Amerindian. It's about those were very functional community. There was tribal life, but they lived in a circle. They were greatly respectful they were guardian of the land and the animal kingdom, and they were very always living in a ceremonial life, very peaceful life before they were invaded, but eventually everything will be reintegrated. So it's about tuning into this love. I love America as well. I lived 20 years there. I'm really looking forward to return to this place, this plane. of reality. For now, they're still a bit in quarantine, I guess. But everything will be fine, and America will be the Garden of Eden once it's free. It was created as a merge from all nations. It's made of all people from all the places in the world. It's one of the most mixed community there is, and with great open space and so on. What we need to do is to is anger and alimentation, is to become master of our desires, not to allow our senses to dictate what happens within our life. So sometimes it is good to fast. It is good to bring your senses into your own control, the control of your own frequency, in order not to become slave of our desires, slave of our senses. For the senses, they're just children. They're doing because they're used to do certain things, but it's not. So it's about also controlling what comes into our physical body, and to be wise in the qualification of our words. And the outcome is trust and faith. We're going to move into a greater level of flow of trust and faith, and everything will move into, will set into place. Everything will going to fall into place. I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.